Welcome back to INAVIAWORLD, and today I'm going to review Fargo episode 7, season 4. Episode is called Layaway. So, the episode starts out with, your favorite nurse, Death Flower. She's in her kitchen cooking up some evil stew to go and kill people. And so, she's making some type of dessert. So after she done making her dessert, the next day she brings the dessert to her boss that is over the hospital. And the second episode, he said his favorite dessert was macarons. The things like Krabby Patties. So she made him some, and she came in there acting condescending, like, "Oh, I made you some dessert," and all this stuff, because she really wants him to eat it so he can, pass out, so she can go find out who wrote that letter saying that she's a killer. So he eats the food, and she manipulates him, be like, "Come on, you need to try it. You need to, coerce it, something like you need to try, you need to eat it." So he gives in. He eats the food. He eats the little dessert, and he just stopped breathing. It's like his lungs close up, and he just start passing out. He just passed out. He's all gasping for air because she put some little evil poison in that food. So while he on the ground trying to gasp for air and get air, she goes and run behind his desk, grabs that note, and she's reading the note to see who wrote the note. And then all it says is "sincerely from a concerned citizen." It don't say a name. So she just want to take the note to scan it to see who wrote this note. What she probably gonna find out is Pearl, because Pearl got the book in her house, her journal. So he on the ground. Death Flower over here, it's not really phasing her. She looking like I killed a whole bunch of people. But while he in the process of on the ground gasping for air, he looks up and you see, it sees she has wings around her, like she's the angel of death, which that's why I call her Death Flower. So then she about to walk out. Then she looks and she like, "Damn, should I scream or just walk out?" And my thing is, they better go and check that dessert day, because he was perfectly fine until Death Flower came in that office, and all of a sudden he said everybody shit around just die. See, this is what you get. This is what you get for trying to trust a Karen. Okay, this is what you get. Because this woman is doing whatever she wants to do. So then she eventually screamed with the fake screaming. They run in. She's like, "Oh my God, he just stopped breathing," which I hope they examined it. She had him in there stop breathing for a good 6 minutes. So now we're about to go to the Italians. So now we back to the Italians, and little fella has found his sister's husband dead at the site that he was supposed to go and kill Cannon's son. So he's talking to big fella's henchman, and he's all like, "The Irish guy betrayed us, da da da." And little fella is just mad because he everything is just falling apart. So then he tells the henchman, "Listen, you need to go find the Irish guy, kill him. You need to go find Cannon's son. You need to go kill him. You need to kill any fucking body. I want a fucking massacre, okay?" So he is in his little man feelings. And, child, this is just, nobody wins. Well, I don't know. This is just a hot mess. So yeah, little fella is mad. So now we go to Cannon's people. And Cannon's, okay, so now we back to Cannon and his people. And the guy that was watching Cannon's oldest son is telling Cannon, "You need to go ahead and kill big fella." And he's all like, "What? No, da da da." And he's disregarding what the guy says. So the guy's basically trying to tell Cannon, "Listen, I'm more than muscle. I'm smart. You can listen to me, da da da." And he's all like, "You the one that almost got my son killed." First of all, it was not me that got your damn son killed. It was the damn Italians. It was big fella that almost got your son killed. First of all. But right now, I guess Cannon's the boss, so he ain't gonna say that. But I'm gonna say that. So then Cannon just walk up in his face, and he's all like, he killed Doc. The guy tells Cannon he killed Doc. We need to get rid of big fella. We need to kill him. So Cannon's like, he looking at him like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" He said, so then Cannon takes off his belt First, he punches the guy, takes off his belt, and give him a old ass school slavery fucking whooping. Okay, he gets the belt and he just start whooping the little boy. He start whooping him and all this. So like he is just going off. And my thing is, nobody wins when it's a war inside. Like that's the problem with Cannon's people. And I guess because Cannon's going through he's going through grief for losing Doc. But it's like you can't take that anger out on the people in your group. Like they ain't the one that got Doc killed. It was big fella and his little henchman that got Doc killed. So it's like you need to navigate your anger somewhere else, because at the end of the day, nobody wins when it's an internal war. Okay? So maybe Unitarians are kind of alike in some aspects, because Justo. And then the thing I fucked up about Justo part I forgot to talk about was when they found his sister's husband's body. He said, the henchman asked little fella, "What you want me to do with his body?" And he was like, "Leave him to the birds. I don't give a shit." Like, it's like a lot of their ruthlessness is just starting to just come out more and more every day. But I'm still kind of salty with Candy, because I'm like, you don't give nobody your damn son for some power. That like, what's the point of having power if like you don't have a lineage or nobody to pass that shit on to? It's like, what's the point of making money if you're not going to like pass that on or whatever the case may be? Like if they kill everybody from your lineage and everybody in your house, you might it'll been pointless to get this anyway, because like it don't make no sense. Okay, so we back to Tickety Boom, the cop. So I'm gonna just call him Tick. So he's in the car, ticking and booming, stressing out and stuff, because he's working for the Italians and he's working for the Cannon's people, and he's just not that girl to be in this situation, but he's in this situation, so now he got to deal with it. So while he's in his head in his car running crazy, here come the marshal. And my thing is, if you know you work with criminals, you need to be locking your door, okay? You need to be locking your car door. Ain't nobody should just open your door and be like, yeah, you work with criminals, you need to act like a full-time criminal, okay? So the marshal gets in the car, and the marshal kind of is, in so many words, he peeping out his game. He put two together that he's been playing him, and that the cop is working for the Italians and he's working for Cannon's people, and like he know what's going on, but he's trying to play like he don't. He's one of the cops, the dirty cops inside. So then the marshal just tells him in so many words, like, be careful. You know, a coin only has two sides, and you gotta be careful how many sides you over here playing, because at the end of the day, you won't be the one that get fucked up, and you won't be protected from either side. And I said that last episode. I said, when you play with all those people, you was not safe. But yeah, like I said, he need to go get him a one-way ticket and leave that town and change his name and go to Mexico or some shit, because honestly, shit, I won't work with neither one of them motherfuckers. They get on my damn nerves. I couldn't do it. Hey, so I am back. So, Cannon's wife is not to be fucked with. So now we get to Cannon's wife, and she's teaching the kiddies at home and stuff, homeschooling them. And it seems like some of y'all need to hire her, because a lot of y'all parents right now with this COVID thing, staying home homeschooling, is running y'all crazy. But so she gets a knock at the door, and when she opens the door, it is big fella's henchman. So he's all like, he walk up to the door, and I'm looking like, girl, why don't y'all ever use y'all peepholes or look through y'all windows? Because I would not have opened the door to some strange ass white man, especially in the 50s. And so she opened the door, and I'm like panicking, like, I hope he don't come and kill this woman. I hope she know what's up. So she opened the door, and he's all like, you know, he usually have people out here guarding the house, but not today. Which I'm thinking, like, that's kind of stupid for Cannon not to have anybody guarding his house, because y'all at war. Why you got your wife at home with the kids with no protection. Like, even though she knows how to use a weapon, she still should have security because it's war. So she's all like, then after that he gonna ask her, how many kids do you have in the house? And she's like, you need to leave. He said, answer the question. And he walks closer up to her face. So she asks him, have you ever been to the zoo? And he don't say nothing. She said she was talking about some animal that they put in the cage, and people think it's for the animals' protection, but it's actually for other people's protection. Well, shit, majority of the animals in the zoo is put in the cage for people's protection because the animals want been fuck y'all up. But so he like still not comprehending what she's saying. So then she just pulls out a gun. She pulls out a shotgun and she like, you need to get the fuck off my porch. I'm gonna blow your shit. I'm gonna blow you like the big bad fucking wolf, bitch, with this motherfucking gun. So he's snickering. She's like, you need to leave. So then he ends up leaving. So I'm like, mama ain't playing. So now she has this worry look on her face like, why the fuck did the Italian guy come to my house? Like, Ken is not telling her everything she need. If he knows they about to go to war, just like in the King of Harlem show, you need to pack your wife up, pack the kids up, and send them somewhere else, down south, somewhere else, because we about to be fighting. Like, you need to send your family somewhere else because this means war, and he need to go home to tell his wife what's going on. But she gonna put two together and confront her. But he better not go off on her like I think I love my wife tease, because last episode he did that. So now we at Pearl's house, and I guess because Cannon owns Pearl's family's funeral home, I guess they are moving in some guns or something in the boxes. I don't know, but they moving in some stuff, and Pearl sees Cannon's son, and they have like an awkward exchange and something like that. But while Cannon's son is in Pearl's parents' funeral home, some American Horror Stories ghostly teas go on. Like, this paper start moving. So I don't know if it's to symbolize that like somebody, like, death is coming to somebody. Death is coming. And so then after that we go to Big Fella's henchman. He is in the flowers in the attic, which is where the place that Cannon's son was living with the Irish guy. And he's looking around, trying to get some clues of like what they could have ran to. And he looks at a Bible, because everybody hides stuff in the Bible, which is so obvious. It's like, did you have to put a location that she was gonna run away to in the Bible? Like, couldn't you have kept it in your head or shit in your pocket? So he finds the Bible, he looks through the Bible, and he sees some paper or some type of location, I guess, that the Irish guy was planning to run away to. So, I don't know. So now we are back to Little Fella thinking about Big Fella. Now, Little Fella and Big Fella have not the most best relationship. They don't really like each other. They got the sibling rivalry going on. So while Little Fella's in the backseat of his car, he is just thinking to himself like all the shit that his brother used to do, and is thinking about all the times his brother disrespected him, and this, try to just not respect his authority after the father died, which he didn't like because they don't like each other. But yeah, but he's just thinking like, damn, should I just let him die? What should I do? So he's just stuck in the crossroads of staying loyal to his, short man complex, his ego, or, saving him because the boss said save him, and that's his brother. Okay, so Little Fella meets up at Cannon's spot, and he gonna ask one of Cannon's men, have you got any visitors? And the guy looking at Little Fella like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, nothing? No visitors? Like, if you're planning to ambush this motherfucker, I don't think you're supposed to give clues that you about to ambush him. I think you just ambush him. But I don't know. Things was flowing better when his daddy was alive. So then Little Fella goes in and he tells his man, like, if I don't come out in 30 minutes, just come in and start shooting, da. Which I'm like, what if they kill you? What if they kill you in 1 second? Like 30 minutes? That's a little bit too long. Shit. If I gotta tell you to do that, how about all y'all come up in here? Y'all not about to be out here waiting for 30 minutes when my body's in here getting eaten up by flies. Fuck that. Just come in here, because this is war any damn way, and we don't be trusting these hoes when it comes to war. And guess Peeping Tom is coming to watch, which is the Marshal. The Marshal is such a damn Peeping Tom. Like, he is just putting everything together, and nobody is noticing this man is sitting here falling. No, it's just ridiculous. Like, how y'all criminals, but y'all are very, like, not paying attention to detail criminals, because this is a hot mess. And the Marshal gonna fool around and fuck all y'all up. But the one guy that works for both of them need to tell them that the Marshal is on to them. Like, what's the point of having an inside man if the inside man can help you? See, this is why you don't get a person that's walking around with ticks. Okay, he walk around ticking and clacking. He can't work in a good capacity to help anybody. He can't even help his damn self. He need to help himself to some goddamn therapy and a trip to Mexico, because he about to lose in the war. Okay, so now little fella in the Italian doc is here to talk to Cannon. And the Italian doc is all like, listen, you know, what happened to Doc was horrible. He was a friend of me. And he's just basically telling Cannon, listen, it's certain people that you can kill, and it's certain people that you can't kill, or be some repercussions. So, just like y'all killed Doc, y'all got repercussions on your asses, because it's like you said, it's certain people that you can kill, and it's certain people you can't kill. So, then little fella all like, throwing shade to his brother, talking about he not even human, that's a half animal. And he was all like, he like, Ty and Doc was like, okay, this is not the time to shade your brother, okay? I'm trying to negotiate to get his ass back. And little fella gonna say, well, Cannon was Abel's brother. It's like, both of y'all act like, Canaan in the Bible. Y'all both would killed each other. Like, you know how, like, he set up Abram in the Bible, the two brothers? Because the one brother was actually good. The other one was just spiteful. Like, both of y'all are spiteful. So, the Italian doc tells Cannon, like, listen, I would give y'all all the slaughterhouses. Y'all can have control over this sector, Canton, Connecticut, all these different places. That's all yours. Like, I just want big fella back. Little fella and his little, what's that man name? Rumpelstiltskin. His ass is Rumpelstiltskin. Little fella is Rumpelstiltskin. So, the Italian doc is trying to negotiate to get the brother back. He tells him, like, I give you these territories, I send big fella back to Italy, okay? Where his ass should have went when he came to the funeral. So, Chris Rock is kind of like, he thinking about it. And then here come big fella. He's all like, listen, my brother took advantage. And he's like, what? He's like, my brother took advantage when my father died. And he just went off the handles and started doing things that wasn't right. That was a sin. That was evil. And he's like, what are you talking about? He killed your son. And Chris, Cannon looking like, what? So they pulling the gun out on, little fella and Italian doc. Italian doc looking like, I left this bitch for 3 days and all this shit went down. Like, what the fuck is this generation doing? So the Italian doc, he looking like confused, like, what is this? So
your life.
Little fella was all like, I understand, he killed your son, and it's a life for a life, like an eye for an eye. And he was like, I know you took Zero in, my little brother, and you took care of him, but honestly, I'm begging you not to kill Zero, but instead kill big fella. So I said, Rumpelstiltskin trying to work his web. So he's trying to trick Cannon into killing big fella. So if he killed big fella, then it's going to be a war, and I guess the mafia from New York is probably going to come down there in Kansas, and it's going to be a whole massacre. And then at the same time, little fella kind of just want big fella out the fuck way. He don't like him. That's not his dog, and that is not his friend. It's like, it's a no for me, dog. Okay, so this is just a hot mess, but I see what he's trying to do. So that just happened, and Cannon is just in shock. And Cannon's man's like, you need to go ahead and just kill them. Italian Doc and little fella. And Chris Rock was just like, Cannon was like, just get out, like get out, just get out. And little fella, his ass is so happy to get out. But before that, he asked him like, where's his body? And he said, I don't know. And he was like, okay, like, there was the Irish guy. He said he tried to save your boy, but, he left too. I don't know what's going on. So right now, Cannon's in his slumps. Like, now he thinks his son's alive, but they tricked him, and they kind of tricked Italian Doc too. And he's just sitting here like, damn, I lost Doc for power. He think he lost his son for power. And little fella is just giddy because he like, I didn't kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which is his brother, and he has his brother henchman looking for Cannon's son to actually go kill. So they won't even be trying to search for him. So Cannon goes and tells his wife, well, before that, I'm just skipping stuff. He hears the little boy, the Italian boy, upstairs washing his hands. And he's just so struck with grief, like, because he think his son is dead, that he's just contemplating strangling this little boy. So he's thinking about it with tears in his eyes, and the boy washes his hands, so it's kind of having you on the edge to see, like, oh my God, is he going to kill little boy? Like, what's going to happen? So he lets little boy live. He let him go to his room and go back to sleep. And he's just sitting downstairs just thinking, and that's when he gets up and goes in the room and tells his wife that the son is not here no more. And she does a banshee scream. So now he's starting to have these flashbacks of him talking to his son, which my thing is, you don't give your kids up to an enemy. Like, these men and trading their kids off for power is disgusting, and it's real fucked up. And it's like, y'all putting kids into things that you wouldn't want your parent to put you in. So why would you get older and have kids and put your kids through some shit you don't want to fucking deal with? So now he's having little flashbacks and everything. I like it's just fucked up because when he's talking to his son at the park, with the flashback, son's like, is he sleeping in my bed? He's like, where he supposed to sleep? Shit, in the attic? I'm sleeping in the motherfucking attic. He need to go sleep in the fucking attic. Like, I don't know. It just puts a very sore spot with your relationship with your father, because in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, damn, my own parent, my own father traded me off with some fucking power that he wouldn't be able to keep, because he gonna lose everything that's by him. And he kept telling him, the smartest gets to the top. Well, you know what? The way you stay on top is you gotta drop a lot of people. And seeing with Cannon and his situation, it's like everybody, since he on this mission to get to the top, everybody that he hear about is just falling like flies. So yeah. The next thing you know, Cannon's man is driving around and he tells him to stop. He gets out and he sees the sign that says, this billboard, and it says, charge your credit if it's good. So it's an advertisement for a credit card, which in episode 1 was his ID he took to the bank, and they said that was crazy. And now he looking and seeing they didn't took his fucking idea, he didn't patent that shit or nothing, and now they are going to use that and make money off of it. So what type of transit is Cannon going to? Shit, his transit is right now fucked up. Like, first they tell him his son is dead, which is, he don't know his son is not dead, but he thinks his son is dead. Doc is dead, and his credit card idea is taken. Like, what type of shitty ass Mercury retrograde energy is he going through? This man can't catch a break. Black man in America. So now we back with Tickety Boom, and we're back with Tick, and Tick he finally took my advice and he decided that he was gonna catch that one-way ticket and leave. So he's packing our stuff. I love how men pack. I love, like, men don't have nothing in their motherfucking houses. Let me tell you something. I need to go buy me some boxes. Like, I can't just throw something in the suitcase. Like, I'm done because I got to take stuff. But let me go back on track. So he packed his dolls and everything. And he walking, so he all like, I'm out of this bitch. Like, I'm about to be scot-free. So he about to leave. Next, Cannon's guys come behind him. They're like, you need to come with us. And he's all like, did anybody tell you to sneak up on a cop? And he was like, yeah, whatever. Like, you need to come with us. And he's like, you don't tell me what to do. It's like, you don't tell me what to do. You get in my fucking car. So it's like, cool with me. So then they get in his car and Tick just gets in the car. Like, so they got him waiting at this boxing gym, and he's just, I don't know, he's just a dead man walking. Because you remember Cannon told him to get his son out the house. So I know they're going to kill his ass and say big fella for later. So he's sitting in the boxing gym, and he hears somebody walking the stairs, and what walks to the door is Pearl's auntie and her lover. So they are talking like, oh, is he scared of us and all this stuff? And the cop says, Tick says, y'all want it. And he was like, if y'all don't leave, y'all can die here. And then Pearl's auntie's girlfriend will say, well, we gotta die somewhere. So they don't give a shit. They like, they're outlaws. It is what it is. So they sit down, and he asks Pearl's auntie's girlfriend, like, how old are you? And she said, shit, old as the hills. I said, I'm gonna use that one. Like, how old are you? Old as the hills? Old as the river? Old as the wind? I'm just old. So I'm like, I'm gonna use that one. I like this little saying. So Cannon gives Pearl's auntie a ticket to Philly with her and her girlfriend. And she's like, I don't know nobody down there. And he was like, well, shit, y'all do perfectly fine. Y'all outlaws, like y'all said. And they're all like, well, if we don't want to go. And he gonna say, do you love your sister? And she said, well, shit, I guess we gonna have to go. Like, but back to tickety boom. So Cannon talks to the cop, and he just tells the cop, her little speech about how they teach hate, and they down in the mud, and he won't stoop to their level because that shows that they win, blase blase. But shit, mine is eye for eye. But I'm gonna get the benefit of the doubt that Cannon, this feels like intuition and his heart of hearts says something don't seem clear in that situation of his son's death. But he tells the cop, like, they want me to kill big fella, and I don't know. And then the cop asks, like, what are you gonna do? And he said, no, what are we gonna do? So I guess he's gonna make up some type of plan with the cop. But my thing is, if I was a cop, I'm taking that one-way ticket and I'm getting the fuck out of there, because this is a hot mess. I ain't gonna lie, the way they tortured big fella, they might just gonna have to get rid of him, because you can't, like, I don't know, beat a man up and take him captive and torture him and stuff and beat him up and rough him up a little bit and not expect him to not retaliate. Like, you saw what happened to Doc when they came for big fella's henchmen. I'm just saying, sometimes when motherfuckers go low, you might want to go to the center of the fucking universe on that motherfucker and raise lava up on their bitch asses. I'm like, bitch, please, fuck all that. You got the right one. So, Cannon tells big fella, like, listen, your brother said we can have this territory, kind of be equal partners, if I just do one simple thing. Kill you, big fella. And big fella look up, and he's all like, he can't really show a lot of emotions because he got the shit beat out of him. So he's all like, family is family. And then Cannon gonna say, well, shit, my family ain't plotting to kill me, so I don't know. So Cannon releases big fella, and it just ends there. And I guess Cannon got something up his sleeve, and one of his man says, I hope you know what you're doing, and shit, I hope you know what you're doing too. But I think he got something up his sleeve. I mean, he's slick enough to get with the rest of them. But it's going to start an internal conflict, because when they go back to the mafia in New York, they're going to want just those, yeah, baby. And ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no mountain low enough for little fella to hide. So yes, that is it for this review for Fargo, Season 4, Episode 7, Layaway. I hope y'all enjoy it. Make sure y'all click subscribe and leave a comment, tell me how you feel about the episode. And I guess I see y'all next week for another episode of Fargo. So yeah, that is it for this review. Thank you for watching. So make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to check down the box